Let's move on to Sunday action. We start with young Jose Bouquet's New York Jets, 7-5, 4-2 on the road at the Buffalo Bills, 9-3, 4-1 at home, Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. 41 Fahrenheit, showers 9 miles per hour. This was a Week 9 matchup between these two teams where the Jets won at home 2017 in impressive fashion and held the Buffalo Bills offense to only 5.2 yards per play. Now they meet again. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. We have these Buffalo Bills opening up as a big favorite, minus 9.5. It was a pick 'em. There's been 4 cents of movement to the Bills. Initially, the move was towards the Jets at the 9.5 price. The Jets got up to minus 115 on the 9.5. But right now, it's almost even money for the Jets at 9.5, which means a 10 could be coming. This total opened up at 45 and has dropped a point to 44. Looking at the cash flow here for this one, we have pulled up here. We have the slightest of line value on the Jets, less than 5%. 5,677 tickets in. 46% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the Buffalo Bills. If anybody's wondering why this move is looking like it's going to be a 10. Then you have 46% of tickets and 89% of cash on the under. Jets come in off a 27-22 loss at Minnesota. Mike White, 31-57 for 369 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Garrett Wilson looked great, 8 catches for 162. Corey Davis caught 5 for 85. Zonovan Knight ran 15 times for 90 yards, caught 5 for 28. James Robinson continues to get no run. He carried the ball 4 times for 10 yards. The Jets finished with 199 more total yards than the Vikings, but lost. It just keeps happening and happening. We'll talk more about it when we're going over the Vikings game, but they outgained the Vikings 5.9 yards per play to 4.3. But as Andy spoke about, this team was 1-6 in the red zone. They were 3 for 16 on third down, but they held the Vikings to 287 yards, but they couldn't stop them when it mattered most. Vikings finished 9 of 18 on third down. Jets finished with 2 sacks and 9 quarterback hits. Michael Carter inactive, so Zonovan Knight got his first start at running back. Max Mitchell started at right tackle for Cedric Obui. George Fant took over from Mitchell in the second quarter. The Bills come in off extra rest and prep after their easy 24-10 win at the Patriots last Thursday. Josh Allen, 22 of 33, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, became the first player in NFL history with 3 seasons of 25 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns. They were 9 of 13 on third down, 3 for 3 in the red zone, completely dominated the football game. Stephon Diggs had 7 receptions for 92 yards and a touchdown. First player in team history to record multiple seasons with 10-plus receiving touchdowns. Isaiah McKenzie looks like the number 2 out there, taking Gabe Davis' spot. 5 catches for 44 yards. James Cook ran 14 times for 64 yards and caught 4 for 41. This defense finished with just 1 sack and 4 quarterback hits, but they completely neutralized the Pats' offense. And they were without Von Miller, who, he thought he could be back for this game, but he's been put on IR. It's not up to him. And Greg Rousseau and AJ Epinesa came back, and they were I think Rousseau and Epinesa, if you add them and take off Von Miller, you're probably stronger defense. Tremaine Edmonds, Tre'Davious White have also returned the lineup to give them more punch. They held the Pats to 242 yards of offense and 3 for 12 on third down. Jordan Phillips left with a shoulder issue. He gave himself clean bill of health. He's good to go. Yeah. He could have come back in. Quisenberry left late in the third quarter with an ankle injury. Deion Dawkins was sat, and Quisenberry replaced him. And so troublesome knee issues for Quisenberry. That's the situation. So Deion Dawkins with an ankle injury, Quisenberry with a knee injury. So we'll see if they are in the lineup here come Sunday. Here we go. Jets, Bills. This one will be fun in the rain, it looks like. Take it away for us, Andy.
Yeah, I think that's why you're seeing some under money. But it's Tuesday, and we're predicting bad weather like 5-6 days in advance. I played this over. It's still a Bills team who I like what the offense is doing. And honestly, as far as dropbacks, EPA per dropback and against the pass, it's still a below average defense. They've been okay defending the run, but it's just another week where I don't think Mike White is good, but it's going to be the 3rd straight week where he's playing a defense that can be attacked through the air. And they like everybody knows they deserved more points than they scored last week. The Bills defense is better than Minnesota, but I still think the Bills get theirs here. This total should be 45. I understand the move to the under here. The Jets defense is good, but it's beatable. Buffalo's offense is top 5 for me right now. So, excuse me. It's going to be a fighting a cold today. This is my flu game again. Me and Jimmy are just sickly. We're sick individuals betting the NFL this much, but we're sickly too because we have kids. I did take this over. I think I'm fine with that right now, even though it did move a little off the Sunday number down. If this is a spot where the weather turns out to be fine, I think you'll see some Sunday money on this over too, and it's going to close the liar. And if it rains, I guess I'm shit out of luck. But for the most part, rain does not affect the totals unless it's, like the Niners-Bears game where the rain was just outlandish. Like, a little bit of rain is not going to stop teams from moving the ball, from throwing, from scoring. It's really once the wind kicks in. So I don't think the wind's going to be too bad. I like these offenses, especially the Jets offense against a Bills team that can be beat through the air.
We can get you an over 43.5 at minus 108, currently available at Heritage. 43.5 minus 108, 44s on the board. Bet Chris Bookmaker moved to 43.5 as well. And no, it's not Birdie. Not the public's not all over the Jets, but 54% of the tickets out of just under 6,000 are on the Jets, but just 8% of the cash. Big bets have been coming in on the Bills. Over 43.5 at minus 108. And if you had a free $500 bet on the side at 9.5, who would it be on?
Man, probably still the Jets. I think it's too many points. I do think it's too many points for an offense that's clicking a little, and it's a good enough defense to keep the Bills from putting up 40. I do think this is like a 28-21 kind of game.
Leo said it says Jets cover. Mac Beaver says Bills unlikely to relinquish the number 1 seed. Troy Torrance says great opportunity for unders here, mostly in the prop market. Terry Walker leaning towards the Bills. And Birdie says this line is nuts, in my opinion. He says no rush to bet this, hoping we get a 10. Jets are being massively disrespected here. The Bills team is not as good as they appear. All right. There you have it. That's Jets Bills here. Andy on the over 43.5 at minus 108. I want to see what happens to this line. I certainly don't want to. I agree that the Jets should be alive here at this spread, but the fact that the big bets are still coming in on the Bills and it looks like a 10 is imminent just makes me want to take some time here and watch the market. That's the Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Jets Bills.